I think roughly 1% of investors in the stock market understand Tesla the way we do. There's a few of us.
That might be high.
It's a good ballpark. I'm just saying it could be 0.5%, could be 2%, whatever. Oh. Roughly 1% of the market, really understands that robotaxi's coming, that robots are coming, that that Tesla Energy is actually a really big growth and highly profitable business. And there's so much about Tesla that we get that, and the point is that 90+% of the market has no idea. Like, not even like they know about Optimus and they think it's silly. They don't even know about Optimus. Like, maybe they've seen a video somewhere. They haven't given it a second thought. 90+% of the market. So the way I see it is, we get it. I'm all in. You're probably heavily in. A lot of my friends are heavily in. Some are all in. And there's going to be a moment where some of the rest of the market starts to figure it out. And I think the robo-taxi network operating, like, if you're an investor and you're like, okay, I've been invested in Uber, I've looked at Lyft, I followed Grab in Asia, whatever. I'm aware of this ride-sharing business, and oh, look, now Tesla is a Fortune 50 or Fortune 10 company or whatever, and they're starting a ride-sharing business. I should probably take a look at this. It doesn't have to be 90%, right?
Right.
Like, if 10% of the 90%, right, start to look at this. So you got 100 as a whole, and 1 is us.
Right.
90 something is the rest. If 9 start to say we should take a look at this, that's 9 times, and then they figure it out. That's 9x on the demand on the stock.
Right.
And my theory is, and I don't know whether my theory is sound, is that in between the 1% and the 90%, there's a group, and it might be, 1.5% and 95%. There's a group of people who you and I would call probably traders.
Yeah.
Okay. And the traders, some of the traders get it. They don't get it fully, right? But they get it. They know there's something happening. And what the trader wants to do, because the trader mentality is never, I'm going to buy, and I see this thing's going to grow over time, and I'm just going to hold it. The trader mentality is, I want to get in ahead of the rush.
Right.
I'm looking for lots of stocks to play, and I'm going to put my money in this one and ride this curve up, and then I'm going to jump off and I'm going to ride the next curve up. So if you think that this is going to happen, and you're one of those traders, and you think, well, they're going to start the network in June, that's Q2. Some of the 90% are going to figure it out in Q3. Well, I want to buy ahead of that. So I want to buy in Q2. Well, now if the traders are 9% of the market and 30% of them get it, that's still a 3-to-1 increase in demand for the stock. Right? The traders start buying, then the other traders start buying, and all of a sudden you've got basically a 10x in demand in the stock already. And as the traders start buying, then the stock starts going up, and other people start looking and saying, what's going on? And I don't know that that's going to happen. It's like a gut hunch. I don't know if the trader part makes sense. I think the large body of investors, the Warren Buffett followers, whatever, at some point you're looking for growth and you say, okay, let me model this new business that I really didn't think about before. And like, wait a minute. If they have 10 million robo-taxis, which is not a crazy number,
right,
and it only costs them 30 cents a mile to deliver a ride, but they're able to charge $1 a mile for a ride, and they drive 100,000, like, oh, that's $40,000 in gross profit a year, times like that's $400 billion in gross profit. Like, we've done that math before.
Yeah.
So I think, so the short answer is, I think that's coming. Q3, but I'm very bad at short-term predictions.
Yeah.
And like, I think, and the thing about the robo-taxi network starting in June is, there's one thing when Elon says something's going to happen. Lars said it's going to happen. Franz said it's going to happen. The team, it's one thing for Elon to say something and it's like, oh, Elon's just being Elon. But when the team is behind him, when Gwynne Shotwell says something's going to happen, SpaceX is going to do that. Right? The timing is more dead on when Gwynne says it than necessarily when Elon says it. When Lars and Franz and Vaibhav, right? When the team is saying it, okay, it's more likely to happen now. So I think June, and maybe it's July, right? They're not always perfect on timing, but I don't care if it's August.
Yeah.
I think by the end of this year, the market figures it out. Like some chunk of the 90% jump in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I think that, did Tesla deliver 5 million vehicles this year like I predicted in the past? I'm making up the number of 5 million. I don't know if they said 5 or 6 or 4, whatever, but did they deliver 5 million in 2024? No.
Yeah.
Right. The growth path on vehicle. And that's because Tesla changed strategy. The strategy changed from let's make as many vehicles as we can to let's invest everything we can in FSD. And let's build these instead of building a factory to build more cars, instead of investing in building and engineering a new model, let's put that money into building a cluster.
If you happen to be a big fan of the Cybertruck, you might also be interested in this super fun Cybertruck refrigerator magnet and bottle opener. It is made out of super thick stainless steel, just like the Cybertruck, and it has this giant magnet on the back, so it's going to hold a lot of stuff on your refrigerator. It's an amazing gift, and it comes in that great gift box that you saw before that uses a magnet opener, just almost like an Apple box, like when you get Apple products. You can buy it on Amazon for $29.95, or you can buy it direct from me by sending $25 to paypal.me/Randy Kirk, all in lowercase letters. Please indicate whether you want the stainless steel look or maybe you'd like to have this very clever camo version. And then if you're not in the US, please add $20 for freight. If you'd like more than one, please check the information below to get pricing, as well as all that information I just told you will be repeated in the information below. So once again, think about joining the channel, getting the up-to-date Tesla news every single day. I think you'll be glad you did.